I will begin, I think, with just my telephone number, written quite loose and exaggerated and overlapping and all these other things, but it's still my handwriting. What that does is give me excuses to fill in the O's. When you are kind of looking for a texture or an unusual pattern, you can use this little trick called ovaling, and it's always unique to every artist because your handwriting is key to the whole thing. And here's the 8. So I'm going to start with the 8. And here's an O right here. And here's a nice shape that's around the O's. I don't want you to see the telephone number. And I could change colors just a little bit to make it more interesting as it goes. As you can see, I'm leaving those little bits of transitions, the little bit of spaces in between, because they will have another purpose. Now, saving some of the details for last, I can come into the negative shapes and change the colors. This would be a good place for the colored pencils later on towards the end. The same effect goes for this wonderful scratching, nesty feeling that I've got going with that textural effect. You don't want it to just scream like, oh, I know what she did. She just took a scraper and scratched it. So start filling in the O's and carefully painting some of that out and changing the colors. I'm keeping a hold of this big brush because I don't want to get it too picky just yet. But certainly you would get a much finer result using a smaller brush so that it's not totally gone. You don't want it to all disappear. But this is almost a kind of a patterning that you can't actually paint in one step. It has to be done this way. This is getting kind of picky now, getting a little nitpicky on it. I'm always looking for shapes to fill in, for O's. This one right here, sometimes it's extremely subtle stuff, like the tiny ones that I got right there. And sometimes it's very obvious. But even here where I used the tissue paper, there are some beautiful little shapes that I don't know that I could actually have dreamed up any other way than this. I think this kind of attention to detail takes your work to a higher level. If you put it down and it just says, oh, well, she sure likes salt, or she sure likes saran wrap, she made absolutely no attempt to integrate it or weave it into the painting, then your juror is liable to say, well, doesn't care too much about her own painting. Because I've got a lot of stuff going on in here. I want to step back once again and look and see what I've got, what needs attention, what needs cleaning up, what areas need to be busied, and which ones need to be quieted down. I'm also thinking about introducing a complementary color into here and then into the darks.